Let's get a bit more analysis now with France 24's Douglas Herbert, who joins me on the set. Doug, here we see these regional allies being hit, something they've really never experienced before.
Certainly not on this scale. I mean, you could go back to 2019, right? You had a militia backed by Iran in Iraq that actually fired a lot of drones, a whole volley of drones at some petrochemical facilities in Saudi Arabia, knocking out a lot of its production temporarily. Last June, as you know, during that 12-day Israeli war joined by the U.S. when the nuclear facilities were hit, you had Iran firing some missiles at an airbase, U.S. airbase in Qatar. So there have been targeted, limited things in response to quick lightning military operations. What we're seeing, though, now is well beyond just military targets being hit by Iranian drones and missiles across the region. We're seeing things like shopping centers, luxury residential complexes, apartment towers. We're seeing airports. We're seeing hotels. I mean, these are obviously non-military targets. Now, what's interesting here is the Gulf states have generally, right, conservative monarchies for the most part that have tried to play it both ways between being varying types of allies with Iran or not so allied, and also having good ties with Washington. They've gone out of their way to try to show Iran and to try to make it clear Iran, we have nothing to do with the actual attacks here. We're just sitting here. We're just the neighbors. We're geographically sort of just standby, literally standing by, watching this all happen. And Iran, for its part, it's very interesting, has made it clear to these Gulf states, and this might sound a little rich given what we're seeing, what I just said, saying, we're not targeting you. Oman, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait. No, we're not targeting you with our drones and missiles. We are merely targeting the U.S. Presence in the region. So obviously the contradiction there is, yeah, there's a U.S. presence in the region because the U.S. are allowed to host military forces on these countries' soil. So you could see where, if not hypocrisy, there's a clear contradiction here. What's left at the end of the day is that these countries obviously have a limited ability to defend themselves against these Iranian drones and missiles. Their patience obviously is going to run out at some point with Iran and the Revolutionary Guards firing these drones and missiles. They're only going to be willing to take so much for the team, so to speak. For now, yeah, they support the intervention because even if they're not saying it very explicitly, what they're thinking, most of them, is they want U.S. and Israel to hit the Revolutionary Guard force and the remnants of this regime in Iran as hard as they can, make it swift, make it precise, get it over with, bring a new order of democracy and a new regime to Iran. But they also know that that might not happen. There's a lot of chaos and uncertainty, and that is that is the big question mark right now. What happens if that doesn't happen? Does their patience run out? Do they continue to support this military intervention? What next? We do not know.
Doug, thank you for that. France 24's Doug